So pretty much at this point, I have like almost 700 videos on my channel and quite a few playlists regarding the importance of nervous system regulation, adjusting your beliefs. On the membership side, I've put out like over 100 videos. Each of them are like an hour and a half long, covering various topics outside of relationships, things like money, career, glowing up, building better habits. I mean, I've covered a lot of material on my channel, although I know a lot of it is on the membership side. So I know you guys have requests for material regarding, my gosh, hi baby. Come here. You can say hi if you want. I know you're gonna jump up anyways. Hi. Hi. What's up? Hi. Okay. That's Chanel. She's probably gonna jump up here. So I figured I'd just pick her up first. Anyways, I've done a lot of, oh my God, she's shedding right now. I've done a lot of material on various topics regarding mindset. And so if you've noticed, a lot of the newer content that I'm putting out on the main side of my channel is me just kind of like, hey, stop putting up with BS. Okay. And I know you guys have requests for content regarding mindset with money, career, other topics. I am personally passionate about relationships. And one thing that I've actually found is like, if you're struggling with money or career and you're also struggling with relationships, usually what's happening is there are foundational experiences at play regarding normalizing your needs and wants being met, how you're viewing yourself regarding success, being supported, your ability to handle challenges and create solutions. And let me see what else. Things related to boundaries as well too, that are affecting you in relationships, and because that's affecting you in relationships, that's also affecting you in career, but the emotional attachment to relationships and the ways that you're operating in relationships are so distracting and consuming that it's pulling you out of being able to operate effectively within your career and sustaining money in your life. Usually you're getting very triggered in your relationships, leading to things like impulsive spending as well too. I mean, there's a lot wrapped up in that. So I probably will make some content just going into those topics. But I guess what I'm explaining right now is at this point, I've made so much content regarding mindset from so many different perspectives that essentially, if I put out more, I'm just repeating myself. Okay. And that's fine. I understand there is a level of, repetition that goes into learning something. But as you can see, I've grown a lot as a person too and changed a lot. And so with that, I want my content to expand as well. I know I made a reaction channel. I'm planning on posting on that consistently again and starting up the membership side of my channel again. Just went through some very big changes at the beginning of this year. Good changes, but big changes. Um, Today, what I want to talk about piggybacks off of, you know, what I've been talking about in recent videos, but oftentimes I'll see comments on my channel like how to deal with a narcissist or how to deal with a toxic person. And so I want to talk about this. I'm going to give you a very simplified answer that some of you may not like, but that's okay. Okay. Because sometimes the answer and the solution is simple and you just have to accept that. Now, with some of you that are dealing with individuals that you're labeling as narcissistic. Now, again, narcissism is a medical term, and there's definitely qualities and traits that people possess that are narcissistic. But if you are genuinely convinced that somebody is a narcissist and you're asking how to deal with them, the answer is you don't deal with them. Because what you're essentially saying is, I know this person is going to attempt to manipulate my emotions. They're going to attempt to gaslight me. They're going to attempt to get me to question reality. They're not going to listen to me, and they're going to place the blame on me entirely. So, from that scope, if you are genuinely convinced that somebody is a narcissist, what is there to deal with other than removing this person and no longer caring about them? I'm sorry that you're in this situation. I'm sorry that you have, gotten into a circumstance where maybe you've developed feelings for somebody that you're calling a narcissist, but really think about what you're saying and ask yourself, What part of me believes that I have to deal with somebody that is like that? That's the really, really important question here. Okay. Because once you resolve that within yourself, you're not even going to care. You're going to move forward. Another question that I've been seeing is how to deal with toxic people. And I'm going to give you guys the savage, straightforward, simple response. You're not going to deal with them. You're not going to. You're done. You're done. You're done trying to figure out how to deal with toxic people. You're going to objectively accept that they are toxic and begin to no longer react to them and begin to organize yourself in new ways. And if you are forced to live with these people right now, then you're going to build really good routines and a focus on yourself and take care of your mental health and really build healthy belief systems so that you can get into new circumstances where these people are no longer in your immediate reality, which essentially means you need to stop reacting and allowing your emotions to get the better of you, which I know requires some discipline, so that you can place your focus where it needs to be, which is organizing yourself differently and creating different results within your life so that you can change your living circumstances. If you're not living with somebody toxic and you're trying to figure out how to deal with them, the answer is still the same. Cut them off. Stop trying to figure out how to deal with them. When you're in a healthy belief system, and that's the goal here, okay? Building a healthy self-concept. When you are in a healthy belief system, the moment you see a major red flag, your cutoff game is going to be extremely strong. You're not going to feel bad about it. Sweetie, please. Hi, come here. I know you want attention. Okay. You can just hang out with me for a second. Okay. Hi. Okay. Your cutoff game. You want to say something? No? You just want to look at the microphone? That's it? Okay. All right. Your cutoff game is going to be extremely strong, and you're not going to feel bad about it because you're grounded in knowing who you are and what you deserve. So if you need to detach from this person, whatever you need to do, you're going to objectively accept reality and come to terms with the fact that they are being toxic with you. They have displayed major red flags. That is not a reflection of you or anything that you deserve. And you're going to move forward and set an example generally that if you want to be in my life, you need to be respectful, loving, healthy, take ownership and accountability, and show up for me in respectable ways. And I don't need to ask for those things or wait for that. When you take this approach, your life becomes so much better. It really becomes so much better. Imagine if each day you could cut out all of this emotional energy that's dragging you down, this focus on other people, and you got to place that fully on yourself, on taking care of yourself, building healthy beliefs, taking care of your body, eating well, sleeping good, your stress hormones go down. You're really prioritizing your own needs and wants, and you're setting an example, a healthy example that you deserve love, respect, consistency. That alone is going to be so attractive that toxic people, people from the past, whoever that did not show up for you properly, are going to notice a change within you and they're going to approach you and want to be in your life again. Now it's your choice, gay, as to whether or not they deserve to be in your life. And baby, please, I love you so much. Please don't scratch the carpet. Okay. Um, Another thing that I want to bring up is when you start really elevating in your life, I believe in having a healthy level of skepticism. Okay. Meaning you deserve to have your trust earned. You deserve to have your friendship earned. You deserve to have you're a valuable person. And so you want to make sure that the people that are coming into your life are have done the same level of developmental work on themselves and are at the same level. The reason why I say this is because as you elevate more and more and more, if you allow the wrong people into your life, they're going to be very triggered by your success and your self-belief. And it's going to cause them to do very shady, malicious, jealous, envious things to you in an effort to throw you off. And I'm not saying this to scare anybody. This is just the reality of the situation. Okay. You need to become very protective of yourself and your energy, not in an extreme way where you don't allow yourself to get close to people, but you're just very discerning with who you really allow near you. Are they people that actually take care of their body? Are they engaging in different aspects of their life? Are they successful? Are they showing up for themselves, right? Do they have boundaries? Do they have visions and goals? Those are the type of people that you're going to want to surround yourself with. Because if you go lower, as sweet as that may be, okay, and I'm not saying this as like a people are better than another person or not. I'm talking about the reality of the situation of what occurs with people when you are allowing people into your life that do not have similar beliefs to you and do not take care of themselves to the same level that you take care of yourself. You run a very high risk of people becoming very jealous and envious and wanting your life and doing very malicious things to you because they're so jealous and envious. They may not present that way at first, but over time, it's going to become very evident. Okay, so to go back to the previous point that I was making, with toxic people, cut them off. Stop caring. Stop trying to figure it out. It's not for you to figure out. And as you focus on yourself and really build yourself up, you're going to see these people are probably like going to come back around because they're going to see you shining and glowing and doing so good in your life. You need to discern who deserves to actually be in your life. And going forward, you need to have that standard as well, too. There's hair flying around everywhere because my cat. Okay. I'm just being real with you. Okay. You need to be protective of your time and your energy and your personal spaces and discern who you're allowing into your private life because surrounding yourself with the wrong people can bring about a lot of drama, headache, and unnecessary BS, which means you need to be self-recognized and knowing what you deserve. Okay, I'm going to do a video later this week about self-actualization, meeting your needs and how that leads to self-actualization and identity and the types of people and relationships you form. And that's why I'm starting with this topic today, so that you can understand as you genuinely make changes within yourself, as you genuinely assume a new version of yourself with that, you're going to raise your standards in every single way and be more discerning with who you allow into your life. And you should be. We should not just be going out onto the streets and picking random people and just hoping things work out for the best for us, right? Maybe you took that approach before and now it's time to really discern that because your time and energy is valuable. And with these narcissistic and toxic people, maybe you just didn't pick up on those things at first and got a little too entangled. And look, it's fucking annoying. So we're going to grow and learn from that and move forward and be discerning with who we allow near us. And the moment you see a major red flag, you need to, that cutoff game, those scissors better be in that back pocket. That's all I got to say. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to explain your decisions. You don't need to try and rationalize. You don't need to ask somebody to treat you better. That is not what friendships are there for. Relationships are there for. There should be mutual respect, mutual understanding, mutual accountability, people that take real ownership and accountability. They understand when they've done something wrong. You don't even have to tell them. They already know, and they're willing to take that ownership and apologize without you like going through so much emotional distress that you hit an emotional wall and have to confront it because you're so bothered at their inability to realize how they have wronged you. Okay. So that's why my last video is playtime is over. You're going to see moving forward. My message is very, very overt. And I'm not saying that you can't create specific results. I just want to make sure the results you're creating are results that are sustainable and enjoyable and healthy. All right. So the original thing that I was talking about is at this point I've made like six, I think I almost have like 700 videos on my channel. I've covered so many topics that like I really just want to come on here and talk about comments that I see, like do reaction videos. I'm going to continue to put out new meditations. Boys, I know the guys have been asking for like the husband mindset, becoming emotionally available and attracting emotionally available women. I'm going to create content like that and more daily meditations. But I think more of my shorter content like this is just going to be me checking in with you and being like, hey, what are you doing? Like, why are you entertaining this? It's below you. Remember who you are. Stay grounded in your identity, move forward, and don't allow these people or circumstances to define you any longer, which is a common message that has been on my channel since the beginning, right? Like, so it's nothing new. You guys are going to still get similar content from me, but I think you're going to notice that in my approach, a focus this year is definitely unapologetic honesty. Last year on the membership side, it was fearless boundaries. And so with that, I'm just making sure that as I'm making content, I'm actually embodying that goal that I had for myself. And that might rub people the wrong way, right? It might be triggering to hear what I have to say. But I want you to ask yourself, is it triggering because what I'm saying isn't true, or is it triggering because you don't want to hear the truth? Somebody that really loves you, somebody that really, really cares about you is going to be willing to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not, because they want the best for you. They don't want to just tell you what you want to hear. They tell you what you need to hear out of concern for you because they're seeing from an outside perspective. So just know when I'm making content, that's the approach that I'm taking. It's not to put anyone down, it's not to shame anybody. It's to be unapologetically real and honest with you so that you are best prepared to handle life and to step into a version of yourself that can create healthy and sustainable results in your life. And you're not over here feeling confused and internalizing and over assuming blame when you shouldn't be. All right. So, anyways, I love you all so much. I will see you later. Have a beautiful day or night wherever you are. And yeah, that's it. Bye.